Shalom, and welcome to Be the Light, Music and Stories of Hanukkah. My name is Noreen Green, and I am the Artistic Director of the Los Angeles Jewish Symphony and the conductor of the Jewish Community Chorale. On behalf of Rhonda Spinnick, the Artistic Director of the Braid, formerly known as the Jewish Women's Theater, we hope you enjoyed this short holiday program, featuring some new and old Hanukkah songs, including a new rendition of Let There Be More Light, composed and performed by the award-winning Melissa Manchester. We also have some delightful stories to share with you, performed by the Braid actors from their Hanukkah theme repertoire. Happy Hanukkah!
Be the light, be the light. When darkness surrounds us and we can't tell black from white, be the light, be the light. Each candle that we kindle calls on us to be the light.
At this chilly time of year, the wind blows harsh and cold, and daylight disappears while darkness takes its hold. We tell the ancient story of the Maccabees' brave fight, but today their task is in our hands. We all must be the light.
Be the light, be the light,
Be the light. Be the light. When darkness surrounds us, be the light. Be the light.
each candle that we kindle calls on us to be the light. History has taught us that tyrants feed on fear, but as long as we are living, to stand and persevere.
When we use our strength and power to stand up for what's right, every waking hour has got to be the light.
Be the light,
Be the light. Be the light. When darkness surrounds us, be the light. Be the light.
candle that we kindle calls on us to be the light.
Our enemies know well that power is quite fleeting. As long as truth and courage in our hearts and souls are beating, justice path is twisted. We've got to hold on tight to our faith, 'cause we've insisted that we always be the light.
Be the light,
Be the light. Be the light. When darkness surrounds us, be the light. Be the light.
candle that we kindle calls on us to be the light.
Be the light. Be the light. When darkness surrounds us and we can't tell black from white, be the light. Be the light. Each candle that we kindle calls on us to be the light.
It was a stormy night in the Maryland suburbs of Washington, D.C. I was 6 years old, and my kid brother Harvey was 4. It was the third night of Hanukkah. My mother was in the kitchen preparing potato latkes. The homemade applesauce was warming in the oven. Snow was coming down quickly and sticking to the pavement. Maybe school would be canceled tomorrow. The storm outside, coupled with the festivities inside, made me feel safe. My parents explained the plan. Mom would light the shamas candle and hand it to me. I would take the shamas and light the first candle, then pass the shamas on to Harvey, who would light the second candle. Harvey would then pass the shamas on to Dad, who would light the third candle. There was something about this plan that did not sit right with 6-year-old me. Why should Harvey and I light the same number of candles? I should light more candles than Harvey because I was older. Mom lit the shamas and passed it on to me. I savored the moment as I lit the first candle. And then, without missing a beat, I lit the second candle too. I handed the shamas to Harvey. He ignored me and quickly lit candle number 3. And then he took the shamas and set my hair on fire. My locks grew back, but that's about the only thing that grew back. Harvey, his wife, and their one and only child live on the Atlantic coast, facing east. And I and my husband and our one and only child live on the Pacific coast, facing west. Of course, sibling rivalry is in our DNA. We're a mere link in a very long chain. There's Cain and Abel, Isaac and Ishmael, Jacob and Esau, Leah and Rachel, Harvey and Ellen.
Boy, 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 boy. Boy, 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 boy. Boy, 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 boy.
Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah,
My mother drags me kicking and screaming to live in Bakersfield, California. Now, it wasn't that I object to moving per se. See, I've given new meaning to the phrase wandering Jew, chasing jobs around the country. The issue is, I've lived almost my entire life in large cities: Chicago, Los Angeles, Fort Worth, Indianapolis. Bakersfield is a lot smaller and, keeping it real, whiter than I'm used to. More Christian too. It is not, I am certain, an ideal home for a Black, Jewish, feminist, single mother. But my childcare costs in Indianapolis were more than my mortgage, and it was probably just a matter of time before I got laid off there, as the industry I worked in was struggling. Meanwhile, my mother had wisely fled the Los Angeles real estate bubble for more affordable Bakersfield. She's a widowed, empty nester now, all by herself in a 4-bedroom house with a pool. A pool! Like, my mother doesn't even know how to swim! I swallow my pride and take a job at a less prestigious company and move in with my mother. She is on a fixed income and needs help with the bills. I need free childcare. It works for the both of us. The culture shock is seismic. I realize I despise small-town living. But at least Bakersfield has a synagogue. I join, and I try to make the best of things. I volunteer to help make latkes for a congregational Hanukkah party. It's hard work, so when I plop down to eat, I'm exhausted. An older man sits down next to me, and as he is wont to do, my 3-year-old son, Jake, starts climbing all over the guy and talking his head off. In between trying to teach my barbaric 6-year-old daughter, Kenya, some table manners, sit still, don't talk with your mouth full, I apologize profusely and urge Jake to leave the poor guy alone. The old man patiently waves me away and calls Jake cute. After a bit, he asks, where is their father? Can't he watch the kids a few minutes so you can eat? I explain that the children have no father because I've adopted them from foster care, son's husband. All by yourself? He asks, eyes wide. You're a single mom? He gawks as I turn from one wild, loud child to the other, trying to restore dignity to the table. But the kids are sugared up on Hanukkah treats, and there is no decorum to be had. In a rare pause in the chaos, my neighbor stretches out a hand and introduces himself. I'm Phil, he says. I don't think we've met. Court, I say. We moved here in March. Had I finished my Hanukkah shopping, he wants to know. Oh, most of it. I started early so I could spread it out a bit because I took a pay cut when I moved here. Oh, the reason I ask is I have this little country store out in Edison. Now, I'm processing the unlikelihood of a Jew living or working in rural, remote Edison as I shift uncomfortably in my seat. Great. I think he's going to launch into a sales pitch. Even if I had money, which I don't, I would never drive 10 miles through farm fields to shop in a country store. Phil continues, I wonder if you're not too busy this afternoon, if you'd be willing to come to my place and let the kids pick out some presents on the house? A freebie? Now that changes things considerably. I discreetly lean over to inquire in the rabbi's ear as to whether this man is a deranged serial killer. After she vouches for Phil's character, I agree. On the drive over, the kids grill me about where are we going and why. Mr. Phil wants to give you a Hanukkah present, I say. Now, you just pick one thing each, something very small. Don't be greedy. Also, be sure and say thank you, even if you don't like it. See, I'm trying to lower their expectations. After all, we aren't exactly heading to Toys R Us or Macy's. The store, it turns out, is actually a mobile home on the edge of a farm. And even as mobile homes go, this one is a pretty pathetic one. It looks like one good gust of wind could topple the whole thing. The children give me puzzled looks as we approach. This is a store? Kenya says a little too loudly. I shush her and tell her to be gracious, reminding her that nobody owes us anything, certainly not this perfect stranger. Phil unlocks the place, steps inside, and holds the door open for us. Every inch of the store is covered with sterling silver. The walls are dotted with oversized belt buckles, ornate horse saddles, cowboy spurs. There are glass display cases in the middle of the room, so jam-packed with jewelry, you can hardly see what he is selling. The place positively sparkles. Phil takes Kenya's hand and walks her over to the belts. He finds a child-sized girl's belt with a sterling silver heart-shaped buckle. Now there are earrings to match, Phil says, pulling out sterling silver hearts with the same design as the belt buckle. And you'll need a ring. K for Kenya, right? He pulls out an adult-sized ring with a gold K on it. You just wear this on a necklace or something until your finger gets bigger, okay? He slides it on Kenya's thumb. Her eyes shine with excitement. Mommy, a real grown-up ring! Now you, young man, what do we have for you? He pulls Jake off the saddle my son had mounted when I was distracted by the sight of jewelry. You like horses, huh? How about this? Phil pulls down a big, gaudy cowboy belt buckle, sterling silver, with a little copper horse on it. Jake holds the belt buckle high and beams. Mommy! Horsey! Phil turns to me. Okay, Mama, what about you? I'm standing there with my mouth hanging open, mentally calculating the value of the gifts this man has just given a preschooler and a first grader. Oh, I couldn't. Really, it is not necessary. Oh, nonsense, Phil says. Pick something, really. In the interest of good manners, I select something small to appease him. Some round silver earrings, and I hope they don't cost him much. Oh, that's a set, Phil says, his face lighting up. He races through the store, collecting things from corners, drawers, shelves, as I follow him, imploring, no, wait, please, stop. There is a matching hair barrette and a matching ring and a bracelet, silver with gold trim. Oh, but if I wore the bracelet, I really ought to have this other pair of earrings too that also has gold trim. I protest helplessly as Phil ushers us out with our stash. You are so very, very kind. Really, you don't have to. Happy Hanukkah, he says cheerfully. Then he slams the door. So, I guess that's Hanukkah. Bakersfield style.
Save the date. Stories from the Violins of Hope, Sunday, January 31st, 2021 at 2 p.m. Presented by the Braid, formerly known as the Jewish Women's Theater, the Los Angeles Jewish Symphony, and Temple Isaiah. Originally scheduled in April 2020 as part of the Violins of Hope Los Angeles County event, we have reimagined the play for a virtual Zoom presentation. Ticket information can be found on your screen. Hope to see you there.
Let there be more light, let there be more light, not just for 8 nights, but every day of your life. Let every mitzvah bless every precious day. There are so many ways to let there be more light. Happy Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah, from my heart to yours. Happy Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah, from my heart to yours. Let there be more light, let there be more light, not just for 8 nights, but every day of your life. Let every mitzvah bless every precious day. There are so many ways to let there be more light. Oh, happy Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah, from my heart to yours. Happy Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah, from my heart to yours. Let there be more light, let there be more light, not just for 8 nights, but every day of your life. Let every mitzvah bless every precious day. There are so many ways to let there be more light. Oh, happy Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah, from my heart to yours.